Okay, moving on now to Daily Sun. Alleged funds diversion. FG probes Beta Edu. How Kano can be speedily released, says Deputy Speaker. Naira scarcity persists. Inflation soars. Supreme Court affirms FG's exclusive control of inland waterways. Forex probe. EFCC's raid designed to cause unwarranted embarrassment, says Dangote. Anyako, FG must stop killings. 5 die in Anambra, both mishap, 30 rescued. An NDLEA Nabs female bandits supplier with cache of ammunition. 11 others, over 3 tons of illicit drugs. Okay, which story?
Okay, so Naira scarcity persists. According to the Sun, the CBN has not been able to change the situation of this Naira scarcity as promised. They said that they've gone around and the situation is still as bad as it was. They said they visited some banks after the new year, and paying 5,000 across the counter is still the norm, where banks are not having enough cash to pay what customers want. They said improvement over the 2,000 that was being paid in 2023 is what they have seen. So that 5,000 is a plus. But I have a different experience. So I have relatives who also traveled up north to Jos and then to Lokoja during the Christmas and New Year celebration. They arrived yesterday and there was no Naira scarcity up north. Wow. According to my relative. Said they were able to withdraw in the banks, were able to withdraw at the ATMs, and even the POS were withdrawing huge amounts at 100 Naira. There was no. So I think population and the rush in Abuja and Lagos
may also affect
the situation. But I hope that the CBN is truly doing more than the Sun is saying.
Yeah. So there was tragedy at the early hours of yesterday. They said about 5 people lost their lives while 30 others were rescued in a boat mishap in River Niger, Anambra State. The victims allegedly were, sailing to Kogi State through Anambra, on the River Niger when that accident happened. And according to the story, they said they were on a business trip to the commercial city of Onitsha. And the victims were mainly women and children, and they said made their rescue harder, but they were not able to identify the deceased as at the time that this report was made. And they said they had come from a riverine part of Kogi State. They were traveling to Onitsha for various businesses when it happened. So, the states, they said some of the victims are from parts of Kogi State and Miata Anam in Anambra State. And the police had, received the news, and operatives, rushed to the spots, and they were able to rescue 30 people alive. The police public relations officer was the one who said this, and he assured them that everything was under control, but though they had lost a few people. So it's just
okay. Operatives of the NDLEA have arrested a 28-year-old female bandit supplier, Bilikisu Suleiman, in possession of 249 rounds of 7.62 millimeter live ammunition concealed in a black nylon bag along the Zaria-Kano Expressway. The agency said she was on her way to deliver the ammunition to an identified bandit in Kakumi village, Katsina State, when she was arrested. NDLEA operatives at the Murtala Muhammed Ikeja also yesterday intercepted a consignment of Colorado. Here, not far away. Here, Colorado, a very strong strain of cannabis concealed in boxing kits imported from the United States of America. The director of media, that's Mr. Femi Babafemi of NDLEA, disclosed that a week-long intelligence-led operation to get the receiver arrested was consummated last Saturday following the successful tackling and arrest of the 38-year-old Olorunfunmi Olakunle, who distributes the dangerous psychoactive substance to dealers across Lagos State.
Jesus, we know they try you.
Okay, should we move on to another story? Yes, moving on to Vanguard. Find a story. Supreme Court grants AFG exclusive control of all inland waterways. Nigeria's money in wrong hands, says Adeboye. I was in church. That's not how he said it. EFCC's visit, Dangote explains, assures stakeholders. UI, Unilorin, Covenant University say no fake professors on their payroll. Tackle increasing cases of killings and Yako task federal government. Humanitarian Ministry, Tinubu orders probe into alleged diversion of 585 million naira into private accounts. Okay, which story are we taking?
Okay, so you know the fake professors news broke over the weekend, and it listed not just small schools. In fact, when I saw the news, I was like, it has to be private universities, but we had major federal universities on this list. But the universities are coming out one by one to debunk. UI, for instance, I think they had about 9 professors on the list, are saying that this news, according to the Deputy Executive Secretary in charge of Academics Directorate, Dr. Noel Abiodun, said it can only be mischief. It is unfounded. It cannot be. And, you know, the university also, in a statement by their registrar and secretary, said the names on the list were not bona fide members of the institution. They were also fake names. University of Ilorin, their Director of Corporate Affairs, Mr. Kunle Akogun, also said that the attention was brought to this fake list and that the NUC has disassociated itself from the list that surfaced itself in the first of such lists that surfaced in 2019, and they deem it expedient to categorically disown the 11 so-called professors listed against the universities. So they are questioning the names in that list. But this a reputable publication, media house, released this news over the weekend, and so I'm worried that, you know, such reputable people
are they questioning, or are they planning to prove that these people are actually legit?
They are debunking, even Covenant, they are debunking, calling it categorically fake. For Unilorin, they said they don't know those lecturers whose names were on that list. The same thing, UI says it's mischievous, and, you know, Covenant will have something like that to say.
All right, so we'll see. All right, so I was in church on Sunday, and Pastor E.A. Adeboye was admonishing the members in church. The theme for last Sunday was supernatural enlargement at the RCG headquarters in Ebutimeta, and he said specifically, don't let anybody tell you money is not in this country, just that it is in the wrong hands. This year, wealth will change hands. Wind is going to blow on the Naira. That's how he said. Not that he just said that.
Some people are hiding money.
Because the way he misconstrued it, people would think that...
When I saw it, I was wondering, some people are hiding...
So those are his exact words.
Me, I believe it, because the CBN was able to pay $65 million out of the money we are owing airline. All the people that owe the money since, it's not in the wrong hands.
Please, I have a story.
Vanguard, go ahead.
Yes, so Commonwealth Secretary General Emeka Anyoko has called on the federal government to strengthen efforts at tackling increasing case of killings and insecurity across the country. He made the call yesterday at the 2024 Summit and Award Ceremony of the Old Boys Association of Merchants of Light School, Oba, in Idemili South local government area of Anambra State. And he said the ugly trend of killings has continued without stopping because of lack of interest and subsequent prosecution of the people who are involved in this act. And the federal government should devote efforts to finding those who are responsible for these killings, and not only to find them, but also charge them accordingly. And he also advised that the government deploy its agencies and forces to apprehend those perpetrating the killings. And that's the only way that we can address the issue of insecurity. And he went further to also talk about the 20% budget allocation to education that has been advised by UNESCO, saying that government needs to work hard to ensure that the budget close to 26% allocation to education. And that's the only way we can see growth in our educational system. Then he talked about how alumni of different universities can have funds where they are supporting the different schools. That if you travel all over the world, we always have people who have graduated from the schools who have like a pool of funds to do things for the universities, for the schools, just to also assist governments in making sure that everybody has access to quality education.
Okay, final paper, the Nigerian Tribune, Beta Edu, Tinubu directs probe. Supreme Court grants NIWA exclusive right to control Nigeria's inland waterways. Forex probe EFCC didn't take any documents from our office, says Dangote. NDLEA intercepts Colos consignment in Colorado consignment in Boxing Kit in New Year Day. Emefiele banks to face probe over Forex deals. Free train ride, passengers lament NRC speaks. CBN disburses additional $61.4 million Forex backlog to foreign airlines. Nigeria boosts OPEC December crude by extra 60,000 barrels per day. And fury over federal government's grains palliatives. FGGF, PDP, GF will support Tinubu in 2027, says Otom. Interesting. Okay, which story?
So I have the NRC story. Sadly, the free train that ended yesterday was not properly handled. It was not properly managed. So Nigerians were lamenting, watching empty train coaches go and come back because they could not book online. The NRC NRC director, the managing director of the Nigerian Railway Corporation, insisted that to clean it up, they insisted on Nigerians booking their tickets online, only for them to find Nigerians overbooking
then
tickets online with the intent to resell. Yeah. So he says, when he says insiders collaborated with it, he meant insiders. So some staff of the NRC as well and the other Nigerians decided to mop up all the tickets with the intention of reselling when the government had a clear plan of selling. So by morning, they refused to sell at the train station to avoid chaos. And so Nigerians will come, they can't buy online, they can't buy at the train station, watch the coach go empty and come back empty.
That's wasting fuel now.
Wickedness.
But what did you expect?
Like this?
In fact, when I was reading the story, I was livid with NRC with the user's account, passenger's account. But when I got to NRC's explanation, what did I do?
Because we can't let them just come in, show up and go. Because that way, you need to properly book. It's always important for you to book so that at least you can reserve.
But for auditing, there has to be ticket that must be booked.
Yes.
And so if one person booked like 25 family members with the intention to resell, will you allow him take advantage of that?
But are we even ripe to have a lot of people book online? Are we ripe for that?
Well, is it those who are going to be traveling, really? Because that's what we thought. Are we ripe for online banking? Many people are already doing online banking.
I know.
We need to actually get
sometimes the people you want to reach may not even have access, and that's why
you'll be surprised.
If the greedy ones didn't overbuy.
If they want to go to America, that person that is uneducated, they're talking
somebody
about.
will help them.
Exactly. So when you want to travel, either uncle and auntie will help you book and to send grandma to the train station.
Should we be using biodata to book tickets?
But can they investigate those people that bought more than one ticket to resell?
They said overbooked. She tried the next day, overbooked. Her intention was to go to Oyotina.
Yes,
overbooked.
Oh, my brother had exactly the same problem. I think we have run out of time. But that's Nigeria. We the people, I keep saying it.
Sabotaging ourselves.
Simple. I think that leaders will fly from...
They should also cancel those already booked tickets. They should not be able to use them.
The people who booked those tickets
has defeated the purpose.
Yes,
my grandma that wanted to travel cannot travel. So the point is that we are still we the people.
Yes, but for it not to happen again, those people need to be punished.
For consequence. So that ticket should be cancelled.
So we sack this. Wait. This is not Nigeria. We'll sack these ones, Abi.
Jail them. Sack and go home.
We'll bring another batch of same Nigerians, not Indians, though. Same Nigerians. You think the same thing will happen?
No. When you sack them and you jail them, and people see that they are reaping the consequences of their actions, if you go there, even you ask yourself, do I want to go get into this?
To 5th of December till date, all those tickets were cancelled. Let the money waste so that the person will learn.
If Nigerians don't decide to fix this country, we ain't going nowhere. Let's go on a break. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.